Okay, guys. Young Justice. Invasion. Oh, yeah. We got a lot to talk about. And I thought I'd. Oh, man. Episode 29. Alienated. This was good, man. This was really good. And a lot of our suspicions were once again came true in this episode. So, last episode we saw Ms. Marvel being a badass. Okay, we saw her literally psychically lobotomize one of the Chronotadians and got the information that they needed, that we all wanted to know. What happened to those 6 members of the Justice League during those 16 hours that were missing from them when they were under Vandal Savage's control? We find out. We find out that they pretty much invaded a planet where the Chronotadians were on, and basically the Chronotadians are seeking their revenge in a way. That's pretty much it, which I figured there was. Well, we figured out that since the Chronotadians can't get off the planet without their technology they had, because they destroyed it, because Zeta Team destroyed it, they have now had help from an unexpected source. And that source we thought we saw was Black Manta. At first, yes. We thought Black Manta. And it was really, really interesting. We saw once again Batman and Ms. Martian and Superboy were watching Martian Manhunter Jean interrogate one of the Chronotadians that were picked up by Lugan, Robin, and Blue Beetle. But once again, Ms. Martian did the same thing again, and she got what she wanted. And you see the look on Superboy's face is just told it all. Like you're crossing the line now. Maybe there's more to the reason why they broke up. All right. I thought it was interesting at the beginning. We saw Bumblebee and Jaime chasing down a Chronotadian looking like Bibbo. Mr. Bibbo was funny. But it was really the gist of what happened in this episode that once again we saw come to fruition. It seems that the unexpected source that we thought was Black Manta wasn't, because we saw, like we all expected, that the Black Manta that helped out the Chronotadians wasn't the original Black Manta. It was his son. And who is his son? None other than Calder, Aqualad. And at first, we didn't know. Okay, it made it like, okay, why'd you join with your father? Why? Because I blew a gasket when I saw that. I was like, no, son of a bitch, no. Flipping out. I'm like, no. And we didn't know why. Until the team and the Justice League discovered the Chronotadians' base of operations, which was on the island of Melina, and they infiltrated it. It was really good to see kind of like the families together. That was really cool. We saw the Bat family together. We saw kind of the Aquaman family together. We saw the Wonder Woman kind of family together. Wonder Woman, Wonder Girl were together. She was like a schoolgirl. She was like a schoolgirl with a crush seeing Wonder Woman action. And we saw Superman and Superboy together. And you see in their relationship got really tight now. Their relationship is really tight. We saw them infiltrate this operation, and unfortunately Calder knew about it, and he set his plan in motion. It It was really, really good. The action scene at the end of this episode was really badass. Um, I have to admit, Calder did come off pretty badass. He was a really, really devious guy in this. He's changed, man. He's changed, and but we still see he still uses his training from Atlantis, as well as not just the black mana, the eye beams and things like that. We find out once I think it was Aquaman that knocked the helmet off, and he saw who was under there. He said to him, I can't believe, I didn't want to believe Nightwing when he said this, but it's true. And then we find out that somewhere down the line that Aquaman left the team and betrayed the team to join Black Manta. His father, after the team and the league, I guess, failed to prevent the death of Aquagirl, Tula. She died somehow. Died in a mission. Once again, see, that's why I'm not really liking the whole 5-year gap. Because now we got to be told now in episodes like this. This happened. I'm not saying it's bad, but this still should have been built up better. We find out that Nightwing, Dick knew about it, and he told the League, but they didn't believe him because Aquaman said it. I didn't want to believe that. Lagan is all like, yeah, we shouldn't believe anything this traitor says. Why? He betrayed the team. He did this. And it really got really, really interesting because of that. Tula died. And Aquaman not telling Aqualad about his father. So in a way, he's kind of blaming everybody instead of just blaming Aquaman, excuse me, Arthur, in a way. That was a twist right there. Tula did join the League, or so somewhere down the line, and she became Aquagirl, and she died somehow on a mission that was failed. But then that brings up another question. What happened to Garf? What happened to him? See, once again, a lot of gaps now. But I think we all in our hearts expected that Aqualad would rejoin his birthright. And we didn't want that. I didn't want, because that didn't happen in the comics. But I guess, like father, like son, we saw it happen, and at the end he played the League's hand. He was like, you know what? You either save them or you stop me. Your choice. He set a bomb off, and this bomb was going to explode, destroy this island. And it just showed you that he's changed. He's changed. He's not the same Aqualad we saw, Calder, that we saw from the first season. Those 5 years ago. He's changed. And it saddens me to see that. Because his animated version was so cool. And I loved it. And to see this happen to him really bothers me. It now worries me now a little more of what happened to Roy. What happened to Wally. Now, I think Wally either became Flash. Maybe. I'm thinking that. What happened to Artemis? What happened to the rest of those three? Because we saw what happened to everybody else. Now we see what happened to Calder. He's joined the light. No, he's joined the light. That's the group of... That's them. And Manta took Ocean King's place with the light. But we know that they are taking orders from somebody else. And who? I'm banking on Darkseid. Banking on that. Because he is supposed to appear somewhere down the line. And this is interesting. Really interesting. But that's not all that also about this episode that is really cool. Those 6 members of the Justice League are going to go on trial now. John Stewart talked to the Guardians, and the Guardians decided that they should have a trial so they can explain their actions and things like that. So they went along with them. They went along to outer space, where to stand trial, to get a fair trial, so to speak. And this was interesting. You saw a lot of them say goodbye, for a while. It was a really cool, touching scene between, Superboy and Superman. He was like, it's really funny because Nolan North does both of their voices, so it's really funny. And, he was like, don't worry, little brother, I'll be back. And I'm like, that's what's up. That's cool. And Batman talking to his family, so to speak. He saw all of them standing there. He's like, don't, I'm afraid that, you're going to be having the worst of this on here while we're gone. Miss Martian said to Martian Manhunter, and you saw Rocket hugging Icon and things like that. But this was a good episode, but it really opened some more doors now. And to me, I'm like Marvin Gaye. I want to know what's going on, because the shit just got real once again. And as far as I'm concerned, Calder joining with his father, is his actions justifiable in a way? We know Tula died. That was the love of his life. Now, we can kind of say, love makes you do a lot of crazy things, blinds you, and is he blinded with the fact that Tula died kind of maybe on his watch and the team's watch 5 years ago? Is he blaming did he turn because of what Aquaman did, not telling about his father? There are a lot of factors involved in this, guys, now. But still a good episode. Really good episode, but the shit just hit the fans, guys. And I want to know what your thoughts on this. We all knew that Aqualad this is what probably happened to Aqualad. But what really is going to come next? But this was a good episode. Episode 29, Alienated. Looking forward to hearing from you guys on this one. But other than that, it's Mount Vernon Kid. On to the next.